What is human rights?
Human rights is about having freedom.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Brandon, what do you think is meant by human rights?
Human rights? Basic human rights as defined by the UNHCR, you want? Freedom to choose who is in your government. Right to study as you want to study, what you want to study. Right to make a living. Those are human rights, basic human rights.
Thank you. Your question. Okay. What do you think is meant by human rights?
What music?
No. What is meant by human rights?
Human rights? Just the basic rights that all humanity should have. Freedom of religion, right? Freedom of marriage, freedom of speech. Should be able to talk about what you want to talk about. Those basic freedoms for all humanity. Don't you believe that's true?
Thank you.
Hi.
What do you think is human rights?
Human rights. Human rights is an important issue. It's related to the things that people all need. The things that everybody should have access to. We're talking about the ability to go to see the doctor, the ability to eat clean food and drink clean water, the chance to live happily with your family without danger or missing something, one of those really important things that everybody has to have. So freedom, so those kind of things are human rights in my opinion.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What do you think is meant by human rights?
Human rights? I think it's about treating everybody fairly and equally, and more people are aware about this around the world, so it's not just about what's going on in your own country or in your own community, but it's about what's going on around the world and all of us trying to make a difference.
Thank you. What's meant by human rights?
The rights of all humans to live and not be taken advantage of.
Okay. Thank you.
What is human rights?
Well, in order to answer that question effectively, I'm going to provide some context. As a Jew, human rights issues are very important to me, and I think that by exploring this idea through the lens of a Jew might be useful. So, in 1942, there was a Holocaust. Before that, various issues in Russia and other places. The expulsion of the Spanish Jews in 1492. Going back all the way through history, 2,000 years of history, Jews have had to deal with lots of problems. The State of Israel has been the answer for most of those problems. The State of Israel is the only place in the world where Jews can feel truly free and safe. And so for my own part, I consider it a basic human right that the Jewish people throughout the world should have an expectation that it is their basic fundamental human right to exist in a safe place. And I think that Israel is that place. So as a state, Israel's purpose is to preserve the safety, security, and dignity of the Jewish people. Thank you.
What's meant by human rights?
I think human rights are the basic rights that people should be allowed, or not even allowed. There shouldn't be anyone have any say over whether they get them or not. So things like the right to live in peace and do whatever makes you happy. I think that should be a basic human right. Obviously, the right to eat, have food, breathe air, clean water, things like that. These are things that maybe not everyone in the world has, but I do believe that they are. That's what I feel human rights are. Okay, freedom and all those other necessities as well.
Yay!
Thank you.